Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Bazak. So, come to show you, we Shias used to contemplate when we had or even just contemplate, like if ask questions and all. If this was a false religion, then why would Prophet Muhammad make his children, family members go through very difficult time, suffering, in pain, all this? Like my friend put it in a very succinctly. She's very good in English, although she's Pakistani. Mariam is not here. She asked me long time ago, a few years ago, on my Facebook page, one of my Facebook pages. So here I have an answer for her. Oops, did I save this? Okay, this is untitled. So there are two ayats here from Surah Anam, ayat 137 and ayat 40. Hope you see this, right? And likewise, Surah Anam, ayat 137, and likewise to many of the polytheists, their partners have made to seem pleasing the killing of their children in order to bring about their destruction and to cover them with confusion in their religion. And if Allah had willed, they would not have done so. So leave them and that which they invent. Surah Anam, ayat 140, they have lost who killed their children in foolishness without knowledge and prohibited what Allah had provided for them, inventing untruth about Allah. They have gone astray and were not rightly guided. So we have polytheists, the Quran says, Quran I say, although I now believe otherwise, the Prophet Muhammad doing this, but not the polytheists doing this, or the pagans, right? So I will, going in detail, like, what I said previously, that they have lost who killed on the Surah Anam ayat 140. With knowledge they can kill, but not without knowledge. Abraham wanted to kill Ishmael according to the Quran because, Islamic sources, that because he had a dream that he was going to kill his son Ismail. In the Bible it's Isaac. So, very good, without knowledge, foolishly killing their children. They are blamed for, the polytheists, and prohibited what Allah had provided for them. So, Surah Tahrim ayat says about Prophet Muhammad that O Prophet, why are you prohibiting what Allah has made lawful for you? Not even what Allah has provided for you. Like all that which Allah has provided, some of it could be unlawful and some of it could be lawful, like we are told in Surah Maida. Now you see what the wives of the Prophet, those two very smart wives, tested him, and he started to please them, prohibiting himself what Allah had made lawful for him. Right? And here, against the polytheists, prohibited what Allah had provided for them. Noteworthy, the word. Although I've put this in English translation, you can even see it in the Arabic to English or your language translation, or Arabs can look at that word in Arabic in this ayat. Provided for them. So what to make of that Surah Tahrim ayat 1? Prophet and the Sunni Shia coming and telling me all sorts of things, defending Prophet Muhammad about that ayat. Pleasing his wives, Hearken not to the hypocrites. The wives have become hypocrites, kafirs, disbelievers. If they annoy the Prophet, what happened? If you disobey, my goodness, annoying him also not good. In Surah, where it is, some Surah, annoying Musa, annoying the believers also. You remember that ayat in Surah Nur or Surah Azab? I've forgotten. Now please have a look at this. Compare this with Surah Anam and... Sorry, so you make these excuses to defend the Prophet. I don't know why you do it. It is very, very clear. Look at it logically. Very clear. Right? I hope the sound is coming. I'm just checking. 1, 2, 3, testing. Yes. So this Yazid's forefathers against, because they were pagan polytheists. Abu Sufyan was, then he, according to Sunnis, he became a Muslim wholeheartedly, but they're not according to Shias. So, what Prophet Muhammad do, and it's Allah. He say, Allah do it. You know, you remember that ayat he always use Allah? From there you can see that he's shy to tell his guests to leave in Surah Azab. That the night is Zainab bin Josh, if you read it in context, or with tafsir. Right? But Allah not shy of telling you to leave. So this, my aunt even tell me that this ayat come down at the night of their wedding, Prophet Muhammad's and Zainab bin Josh's together. Oh, so you see, you read, please read this part without, and prohibited what Allah had provided for them. Not Allah, I can take you step by step now, but sorry, I'm not able to. But you see, I can tell you, Allah provided for them, not to make it lawful for them. There are some food items, things that Allah have made haram for the believers, too, Muslim believers. Surah Maida, for sure, I know there's ayat there. 3/4 of which ayat number? Haram is made this, haram is that. Allah haram is alcohol. Haram. Okay, it have some good in it. Even though they say it have some good in it, but it creates a sin. And it's satanic. It have ritz, abomination, impurity. Right? So you look at Surah Araf ayat and you see sin is haram. But what Allah provided for them, and prohibited what Allah had provided for them. Maybe you would go back, you would see this ayat as, you know, their children, Allah had provided for them, and they prohibited themselves, their children, killing them foolishly. You would say, read this ayat in context with this ayat alone. Right? Inventing untruth about Allah. What Allah provide them with these children, they kill. So what Allah had provided them. Right? You can even read it like that and say, well, we read it like that. Not that generally. We connected this in context with this previous part, killing the children without knowledge, and prohibited what Allah had provided for them. Meaning, could we take this in a general form too? So I will be going through this in detail and looking at all the facades, all the parts where from every side, yeah? as I go on. I may be missing some now, but later on I come and see how you take this ayat. Okay, if you take this ayat like this, okay, take it like that. And you don't bring Surah Tahrim because you say Prophet Muhammad prohibited himself what Allah had made lawful for him. But not like it's the same, right? Well, not killing of children. Prohibited what Allah had provided for them. And now you say foolish without knowledge. But Allah take Abraham says, no, Abraham have a dream. And he not just say Allah told me. He just said I had a dream. In the Quran night, how it go? Maybe say Allah told me in the dream that I should sacrifice you. So you see, with knowledge you can. With knowledge. Like you have a dream that you are sacrificing your child. That the dream give you knowledge. Like it gave Abraham. So wrong. I tell you, it is not logical, whichever way you are coming the wrong way. Then we go, and now you see here, Surah Qaf, ayat 45, we are most knowing of what they say, and you are not over them a tyrant, meaning jabr, using jabr, a force, compelling them by using force to believe or things like that, But to remind by the Quran, whoever fears my threat. Whoever fears my threat, just remind by the Quran. And not the Prophet. So the contradictions where force is used now in the ayats. Using believers also. Maybe. And also using God's. God says, I will punish them. But when he says, I punish them, sometimes even with the hand that struck the enemy, he tells the enemies in the Quran ayats that you did not just strike them or kill them or throw at them. I did. Allah did. Allah says, I did. So now we have Surah Nisa at 47 on where force is used. You will see here it is just a threat and Allah will punish them. So then I will take you to Surah Tawbah at 29 also. But just for now, this ayat I will recite. O you who were given the scripture, believe in what we have sent down to Prophet Muhammad, meaning it could be right here. Yes, it must be right here. Confirming that which is with you. So here it's exact what is in the bracket. Sent down to Prophet Muhammad. So here I can read the brackets, what is in the brackets. Add. Confirming that which is with you. Before we obliterate faces and turn them towards their backs or curse them as we curse the Sabbath breakers. And ever is the matter, i.e. decree of Allah, accomplished. So whatever, you go to say. Then Surah Tawbah 29. Fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day. Remember, the believers are told now to fight against those who do not believe in Allah or the last day and who do not consider unlawful what Allah and His Messenger have made unlawful. But how can you trust this Messenger? Because he's making mistake, Allah correct them. He even make unlawful what Allah had made lawful for him. Even if once it's not the right, because he should know, but this is a law. And you're saying, against the Ahle Kitab, people of the book, you're saying, who do not consider unlawful what Allah and His Messenger have made unlawful. Fight them. And you're also saying fight them. Not like they are coming in aggression towards you. No. You are supposed to fight them. Allah is telling you to fight them. Sorry when I not use proper words. That's terrible for me, I know. But you are more intelligent than me. Correct me, right? If you are. But see, your mind needs to now open to these things here. This way. the way I see it. Now you see, you are told to fight. And Hussein say, no, no, no. When all avenues of peace, that I have come to save the religion, true Islam of my grandfather that Allah gave him. And Yazid tried to make it wrong. We never fought in aggression or to force someone. We never use force. Rasulullah was told in Surah Qaf, Shias will tell you, 45th verse, the last verse of Surah Qaf, we are most knowing of what they say. Yani remain patient. The previous ayat or something in Surah Qaf. What they say against you, remain patient. Sabr, ikhtar karo. Remain patient. We are most knowing of what they say. And you are not over them, meaning compelling them by using force, a tyrant. It is a bad translation, but you jabbar, this is your own Sahih Internationals. But I also see other translations and I see word by word Arabic. The most important part here is whether the translations are wrong, but I see the original translation, jabbar use, but you are not allowed to use force against them. So meaning any kind of force against them, but warn them by the Quran, whoever fears my warning or my threat. But you are not allowed to use any kind of jabbar. You know what the force says, jabbar? Like scaring them. Use Allah's, threaten them that Allah will send this, like Hazrat Musa did. But, once when he went to Pharaoh, and then when he said, give these people, free them. So when they were going away, okay, before that, Allah sent Allah sent plague. How many things he sent in the Bible it is, right? All that Allah sent. Because he was not freeing his people. And he was ruling over them like a tyrant and using them like slave labor, and all that. And he was oppressing them. So then when they leave, Allah sent all that. Moses not use a sword or anything. Sent plague and God knows many things. Allah sent through nature. Then when they run away from Pharaoh, they run. The Pharaoh army and Pharaoh pursued them. Then again the sea was parted. And then they became drowned in the sea. So that Allah do. But, you see, here Prophet Muhammad is told not to use force, but to remind by the Quran, whoever fears my threat, like my warnings, calamities coming from nature and things, like you get diseases and all this. Storms coming, earthquake coming. Imam Hussain say, all the Shias concentrate on this ayat. And how could they miss this one? Surah Tawbah 29. Here at least, they will say we obliterate, meaning Allah. But here, Surah Tawbah 29, fight against those who do not believe in Allah or in the last day and who do not consider unlawful. There's some honking in the background. Who do not consider unlawful what Allah and His Messenger have made unlawful. But He Himself make unlawful for him. what Allah had made lawful for him, the messenger, prophet. And Allah addressed him as, O Prophet. In Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1, we are told, it is stated, and who do not adopt, now the third, okay, and who do not adopt the religion of truth. So fight them, fight against. How to fight? Qatala, qatala, how to fight? What the word? From those who were given. You are told to be the aggressor, fight. Until they pay the jizya and are humbled, subdued, belittled. Look at the various translations, because in one word that have many, many things. Sometimes also Arabic word. Subdued, humbled, humiliated. You know, what do we say? Shias in some Noha, what do we say? Like, oh, miskin, ana miskin. What did it mean? Poor. But also another thing, zaif, or oppressed, mazlum. So we say Yazid want to make them so weak that Bibi Zainab, cannot, but still they're going, sabr, and they're still saying, we are the true people. Yadikal khair biham, Rabbi Kaaba ki kasam, bande haathon mein rasan. Nadim Sarwar Noha. And they put the Imam Hassan's head on the sticks, sword, something stick, suli. You see? And he reciting his lips, reciting this Quran ayat, and Behan Teher idhar, laraz rahi hai kyun zameen, Nadim Sarwar Noha. Yeah, Sena pe ho, to kya hua, Behan mein saath. How much did they do, right? To subdue them. But that's still, they're saying that miracles are happening. They never lose their temper. They're so sabr, patient. Unbelievable. Atrocities happening against them. But you see what Rawangi ho rahi hai. Like maybe from Medina, the Yathrib Jews who are Muslims now left are being exiled. Hashar Nashar. Right? So he not exiled. And I tell you, these Jews, right? I will tell you today. You will not cry. When you recite Nohas, you will re-listen to them. You will say, you will not just say Hussein. You will say Huway, Huway, Huway. You will say Bibi Safiya, Bibi Jawaria, Bibi Rehana, Hazrat Safiya, Hazrat Jawaria. You will say those children who got crushed under because they broke their houses. They were maybe brought their children out of the house. Well, it was Hashar Nashar in, maybe they brought their children out. They were cast with terrors and they broke their own houses. Then they go with they bring their stuff out and they take their stuff with them, the belongings and all. And some the Prophet took, but some they gave, so why worry? Why worry? If the hypocrites and, if you think I'm rude, I apologize, but I cannot help it. Surah 33, Ayat 60, this Surah Azab, Ayat 60. If the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease, and the agitators, false rumor mongers against you, there in Surah Qaf, let them talk against you. I will see them, God says. Give them warning. But what happened here? I will see them. Surah Hashar, what happened? Believers were made to break the houses. Here you're told in Surah Tawbah at 29, fight against the disbelievers until they pay the jizya willingly while they are humbled. What willingly? It's under duress. If you read common law, a little bit of law, just don't even do honors or degree, LLB degree. You don't need it. Just read a little bit about law. Duress, what is duress? Read about duress. Your will is arrested when you use jabr. Jabr is used on them. Fight. Goodness sake. Okay. So 60, if the hypocrites and those, I'll show you what the hypocrites are here. It's come, 18 ayat has come. If the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease and the agitators in the city do not desist, we shall most certainly set you over them. Then they shall not be your neighbors in it, but for a little while. Your neighbors, they're leaving their homes, their land, their houses broken, Surah Ashar, some of them, trees cut down, some of the trees, to get to the fortresses or houses. Cursed, wherever they are found, they shall be seized and murdered, a horrible murdering. Well, horrible, a murdering. Like double murdered, a murdering. Good God, you don't know what that is. We don't know. Yeah, double used. Murdered by whom? God or by the believers? Jabr is used. Now, if you say, oh, these confederates, the Quran, Ayat, Zahra and Surah Azab says the same surah. They helped the confederates and this, that, they were allies. They were allies. And when they saw these confederates coming towards, they have battlefield in battle coming towards them. The messenger and the believers say, this what Allah, no, the believers say, the believers say, this what Allah and the messenger had promised us. Maybe they're being hostages, something the Yathrib people called the Makkans to come and help them. God knows how much army he collected, this Prophet Muhammad. Why they come to the battlefield? Why they come? You are made to be deceived so badly, I cannot tell you. So much so. Because here, my dear Muslims, Surah 33, again, same surah, Ayat 18 is said, already Allah knows the hinderers among you. Who are these hinderers? And why are they hindering? What are they hindering? And those hypocrites, who say, hypocrites is meaning, if you read the previous ayats, you will know that those is meaning the hypocrites, for sure. So this is right in brackets, because if you read the previous ayats, it falls to the those here is the i.e. hypocrites, precisely, perfectly put, who say to their brothers, come to us and do not go to battle except for a few. Right? So they say, do not go to battle except for a few. Come to us. Al Imran verse 2 or Surah Anam verse 2 or Surah Anfal verse, which one? They say, do not fight. Had they not fought, they would have been alive. Tell them, death will come anyways. Whether you are in houses protected, buildings protected, death will come anyways. Who incited them to battle? Maybe they came to help and see how you are told. Now I go where? So don't blame Yazid. Hussein is not entirely innocent. You may put off whom you please. Oh. where did it come here? It behoves not. Surely the men who submit and women who submit, Surah Azhar. Allah reward the truthful, turned back, unbelievers in their rage. They did not obtain any advantage. Of the believers are men who are true to the covenant. And when the believers saw the allies, certainly, 18, let's go. Allah knows indeed those among you who hinder others, and those who say to their brethren, come to us, and they come not to the fight but a little. It says here. Being niggardly with respect to you. But then fear comes, you will see them looking to you, their eyes rolling like one swooning because of death. But when the fear is gone, they smite with you with sharp tongues, being niggardly of the good things. These have not believed, therefore Allah has made their doing not, and this is easy to Allah. They think the allies are not gone, and if the allies should come again, they would fain be in the desert with the desert Arabs. Ask you Bedouins, Surah Fat ayat. Bedouins didn't want to go and help the Prophet. They were told they will meet such an army, face such an army. What are you people, Shia, saying? What are you crying about? Masumi innocence? Mazlumiyat, oppression? 100% innocent? Look at this. They think the allies are not gone. These hypocrites. And if allies should come again, they would fain be in the desert with the desert Arabs. Bedouins, remember, Surah Fatah, asking for news about you. And if they were among you, they would not fight, save a little. Certainly you have in the Messenger of Allah an excellent example for him who hopes in Allah and the latter day and remembers Allah much. And when the believers saw the allies, they said, this is what Allah and His Messenger promised us. Why? You know why? No, it is not the promise coming true. The poor guys must have come, these allies, to help someone. They were perhaps provoked to come. Because remember, they had a treaty, they had the promise with the Makkans and the Jews had the promise together that they would fight anyone, defend each other, the enemy, their enemy. Or Makkan enemy and Yathrib, Jews' enemy, right? They will fight together and protect each other. They promise each other. And when that's why you see, there we are told even in Surah Hashar that they have promised you, but they will not come. You see, they told you if you are exiled from your land, we will also be exiled with you. We will also go with you. But they don't do it. Now you closely and critically examine these verses here, Surah Azhar. Just a minute, I did it. Please, look at this, what I say, and then you, please, with honesty, for justice's sake. Even it be against yourselves, your parents, anything you believe in, whatever. Right? Justice's sake. I'm not telling you to kill anyone, to curse anyone. I'm telling you to just look at this for justice's sake. Send them love. Send them peace. Bless them. Pray for them that Allah bless them, God bless them. I'm just telling you for a little while. If you can see this, for justice's sake and truth's sake. Why they come? this promise true of Allah and the Messenger, or something behind it more dreadful? When the believers saw the allies, confederates, they said, right? Or allies. This is what Allah and His Messenger promised us. And Allah and His Messenger spoke the truth. And it only increased them in faith and submission. Of the believers are men who are true to the covenant which they made with Allah. So of them is he who accomplished his vow. And of them is he who yet waits, and they have not changed in the least. That Allah may reward the truthful for the truth, and punish the hypocrites, if He please or turn to them. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. If He please or turn to them mercifully, meaning. So there are sometimes that Allah turns to the hypocrites mercifully also. Are you Shia stuck on this ayat only? Then don't blame the Sunnis for being stuck on those ayats which have no intersection. You know, some Sunni I know told me there's no intersection in the Quran. No intersection. No intercession allowed. This younger friend of mine. Okay. And Allah turned back the unbelievers in their rage. What happened? The believers were supposed to come and fight with them. But Allah turned back the unbelievers in rage. They did not obtain any advantage, and Allah sufficed the believers in fighting. And Allah is strong, mighty. But the Muslims did fail in some Uhud battle. Hunayn, what happened in Hunayn? What happened in Uhud? Maybe Uhud. And He made you heirs to the land and their dwellings and the property. Oh my God. Now I know what I've seen here. You know, I never thought I would be that insightful. Reading history, Islamic history, I was like, oh God, I can't get it. How does my aunt know, this and how to explain to me? I was like, God, I don't get this. But how you speak, like, you have that understanding, like you are there. When she was doing her research, my aunt, and He made you heirs to the land and the dwellings and the property, and to a land which you have not yet trodden. ज़ैनब है सफ़र में, हाय खाक है सर पे में, ज़ैनब है सफ़र में. Exiled, the properties taken, the land owned, they become heirs to the land, their dwellings, their houses, their properties, and the land which you have not yet trodden. You have not even set foot on, you will get, He says, you will become heirs. Is that what you wanted? Is this not enough for you now, what I've shown you today, in my previous live stream and now? And yet if you are bent on you can say, that the reason they say Christianity, now they're having their life, they were live some time ago. Wiccan Muhammad. They were saying all this pagan, this magic, black magic, excuse me. And they have this and that on them, I just leave, I unlike and I leave. So this, please see, right? These hypocrites, they not want to fight. And for what? It's not like Surah Nisa that the elderly, maybe they're elderly men. Who has upper hand now? In the Surah Tawbah, who have upper hand? Killing polytheists, who broke treaties, and you are told. So you are told. What that ayat coming? It's not like Surah Nisa. Men, children, oppressed. This not oppression. This for you don't believe. If they don't believe, like Surah Tawbah at 29, right? This not because oppressed men, women, and children crying out. Crying out. Oh Lord, help us. And there in Surah Nisa, it is say, how you people reason and not to fight. I will show you. How you people reason not to how you judge. Men, children, and women. You say, no, no, no. Like Westerners. No, no, we don't want to fight. We want peace, peace, peace. And what is the matter with you that you fight not in the cause of Allah? And we think the cause of Allah is only this. Shias. No, no. Sorry, excuse me. This get in my. So, the oppressed among men. What is the matter with you? You not to fight, come to battle. You not to fight. How you judge? How do you judge? You Muslims, you believers, how you judge? You not to fight. And the Shias only concentrated on this ayat. Not tell us. Surah Tawbah 29. Fight. Why fight? Are they oppressed? Is someone oppressed? No, but the Shias tell us something. That without compulsion, without jabr, Imam Hussein wanting, no fight. No, Imam Hussein, not like those hypocrites so-called. In Ali Imran we are told, we say, come, not fight. Baduan, like in Surah Fat. Or now here in Surah Azab. But at the Surah Nisa, no, you have to use Shias. You have to use force. Well, Allah tell you to use force. To, not only this, to oppressed, to save in the cause of Allah, for the oppressed among men, women, and children who say, our Lord, take us out of the city of oppressive people and appoint for us from yourself a protector and appoint for us from yourself a helper. What this implied? You, from yourself, yani ladunka, from you, not from yourself, from you. Okay, I understand you say Allah enough for us, best protector, best helper, but then below Allah sent someone for these. So it is saying, why you not fighting in the cause of Allah? This cause of Allah, to save the oppressed. Believers or what? Let those fight in the cause of Allah who sell the life of this world for the hereafter. To him who fighteth in the cause of Allah, whether he is slain or gets victory sooner, shall he give him a reward of great value. Now I wanted to use this for the Westerners who say, no, don't fight, please. Make peace. I say, we Shia same. Western Christians, we Shia same, we not want to fight. Imam Hussein tell Hazrat Abbas, put your sword in the sheath. Not bring your sword, I'll just take this water carrier. Children are thirsty. Do you think either Yazid was terribly insane or Imam Hussein, Prophet Muhammad was terribly insane? In Badr, Ghalib Kamal tells us. I was like, what? Who stopped the water in Badr? You know who stopped the water? I hear Ghalib Kamal. I not rely. I go check Wikipedia. Let those fight. I not get it. Let those fight in the cause of Allah sell their life. Wait a minute. But if good fortune comes, let me see what Ghalib Kamal tell us. Is it recorded here? Who stopped the water in Who stopped water? But Shias will say, oh, this propaganda against the enemy put this here. Stop water. And Yazid had no reason, but he go insane for power and all this. No, you Prophet Muhammad go insane for power. Who stopped water against in the battle? But oh, not Quran ayat, Wikipedia. Was the water stopped? So I don't think I find. Maybe in Wikipedia I find it. Take part in the. No, wait. Who stopped water? Let's see. Sorry, sometime I repeat myself. You'll have to bear with this also. Everything, weakness of mine and all, condition because the better known. Ghalib Kamal get from where? Returning ambush. Muslim plan to ambush his caravan. Yeah, you see this now. What this? But they say the Umayyads got, wives also. Some prophets' wives, not they send all false hadiths, made up propaganda against Prophet Muhammad. Sent a messenger, but there was background. Chose Muhammad to be the leader of the community. What? After the Hijrah. Oh yes, Abu Sufyan, they want. Oh, that Treaty of Hudaybiyah. In early 624, caravan of the Quraysh, led by Abu Sufyan ibn Harb, carrying wealth and goods from the Levant, was returning to Makkah. Knowing of the threat of Muhammad's growing influence in the region, Abu Sufyan routinely sent spies to check on Muhammad and warn him of any Muslim movement in the area. Why you not to read this part and really get it? Muhammad had gathered a small expeditionary force of around 300 men to intercept the caravan. Abu Sufyan's spies informed him of the Muslims' plot to ambush his caravan. Fearing the loss of wealth that was imminent, Abu Sufyan sent the messenger Damdam bin Amr al-Ghafari to the Quraysh. Damdam, upon his arrival at the Kaaba, cut off the nose and ears of his camel, turned his saddle upside down, tore off his shirt and cried, "O Quraysh, your merchandise, it is with Abu Sufyan. The caravan is being intercepted by Muhammad and his companions. I cannot say what would have happened to them. Help, help." Abu Sufyan had rerouted his caravan toward the Red Sea and escaped the Muslim threat by Damdam's arrival at Makkah. The Valley of Badr, where's that water thingy? Muslims, I have to put something here. Muslims, maybe this way it would give me directly. Now, Jafar Subhani, I don't want this. From any Muslim, I want a neutral, you know. So, I don't know, but yeah, get water. Fight this way. The Muslims had enough drinking water for themselves, while the Makkans, oh, is this, no, it's IslamBasics.com. Really? I have something from Islam Basics, the Battle of Badr. Maybe it is in Wikipedia too. Where actually is it? Sometime it highlight, but here it's not highlighting when I search. Here, Quraysh meanwhile placed themselves on the other side of the valley. The Muslims then dug a reservoir, filled it with water from one of the wells, and made a barrier around it. Then they stopped up the wells. In this way, the Muslims had enough drinking water for themselves, while the Makkans would have to cross the valley and fight the Muslims in order to get the water. The night before the battle, while the Muslims slept peacefully, a heavy rain fell. Maybe for the Quraysh. Because the Muslims, what they do, then they stopped up the wells. So Yazid, right in Karbala, Yazid's army, why they do this? They do as a revenge, teach them a lesson. Right? Oh my goodness. Thank you, IslamBasics.com. Maybe I missed it. Thank you, Wikipedia also. I think I missed it because I didn't go this far down in Wikipedia. Maybe I missed it. So I apologize. I have to. Wikipedia has helped me a lot get all the basic important points there and with citations. Because, made it easy for me. In my condition, I cannot read books and all. Thank you so much. Okay, so you please see this, why Yazid and his army do this. So if there can be crazy polytheists who would be killing their children foolishly without knowledge and prohibiting themselves what Allah had provided for them, if I may correct myself if you want to take it that way, that the children provided by Allah, they prohibited themselves by killing them. Okay, read in context. But maybe I see a little bit beyond the points, like maybe the way you see it, I go a little deeper. Let me see. They prohibited themselves. How this ayat is written. What the Allah had provided. Surah An'am, ayat 140, right? Now I will check this again. Go back. And they say what is in the bellies of these animals is exclusively for our males and forbidden to our females, but it is dead. Then all of them have shares therein. He will punish them for their description. Indeed, he is wise and knowing. They will have lost who kill their children in foolishness, without knowledge, and prohibited what Allah had provided for them. You see, just read this in context with the Quran ayat, not the tafsir even. that certainly lost are those who killed their children in foolishness without knowledge, forbid. What? Because of the children, they forbid themselves. By killing their children foolishly, without knowledge, they forbid themselves their children. So children are a rizq provided to them. Wait a minute. You know what rizq is? And sometimes what God they say, that these people, they think they have children, but that they are a fitna, they are test. Right? Razaqahum. This razaqahum now. Because the polytheists kill their children foolishly. Now Allah say they are razaq. Yeah, blessing, life's blessing. But sometimes your children not avail you in any way. What? Oh, that afterwards, when you reach the hereafter. Wait a minute. I will get haram and forbid what provided Allah for them and made haram. Inventing lies. Razaq. This risk coming, but the risk, razaq. So this my way, razaq. What this happening? Oh, this my tongue happening, through my tongue. So rizqan kareem, ayat. Your children are your razaq, rizq, provide. Oh, wait. It is about having tranquility in the heart. Oh, okay. We should not harbor. No, wait. Don't believe. Some of these Muslims even lie on the. Go inside and check. Rizq, gift. What does it mean? Word razaq comes from the root letters razay qaf, and it has the following classical Arabic connotations. I hope you're telling me the truth. To receive something beneficial, I know. There is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision, and He knows the place of dwelling. This provision is eatable, right? It's not gift. It's not like what we say, bakshish. This risk, provisions. You not eat your children, and in the heavens is your provision, and whatever your promise, then by the Lord of heaven and earth, indeed it is the truth, and sure as you are speaking. Maybe I not trust you Muslims. Anyway, what especially can be counted as a risk? Now you don't give your own explanation, please quote from the Quran as a condition of risk. Hibba, between hibba, a gift, and a risk. Razaq, prohibited. Haram, seeking means of living. Means of living. I'm not believing in you people. Anything else coming? Any ayat coming? Whoever wakes up safely in his home and is healthy in his body and has tirmidhi. Okay, maybe you see possession he is in need of, worldly possession. How to increase risk. How to increase your children, also included. Al-Razik mentioned in the Quran. Allah is Al-Razik, the all-provider. He provides all of his slaves with sustenance. Could the Razik mean sustenance only? Could children be sustenance? Oh, or any. Okay, this would bigger. Any kind of benefit to man. Another verse referring to our sustenance is this. Let's see the verse. Yeah, maybe, but why not Allah being more? Oh, here we come in the Shia website. Yasin T. Al Jaburi say. Let's see what Yasin T. Al Jaburi say. The 99 attributes of Allah. Al Razaq is derived from rizq, sustenance, or anything of any benefit to man, animals, plants, etc., whereby the latter are sustained or are helped in their growth. Rain is called rizq. It helps sustain every living being on our planet. So Surah 51 ayat 58, surely Allah is the one who bestows sustenance, the Lord of power, the strong one. And in the heavens is your sustenance and what you are threatened with. Surah 51 ayat 22, in the heavens and the skies your sustenance, earth, planet. Allah wills, author of the book intends, wills to complete tafsir, exegesis of the holy prayers go along with people who know where are children. Rizq, razaq, sustenance. Allah provides means of subsistence to whomsoever He pleases without measure. Quran ayat Baqarah, Surah Baqarah 212 ayat. Allah is benignant to His servants. He gives sustenance to whomsoever He pleases, and He's the strong, the mighty one. Surah 42 ayat 19. And whoever fears Allah will make an outlet for him and give him sustenance from whence he does not expect. Surah 65 ayat 2 to 3. These are the believers, truly they shall have forgiveness and an honorable provision. Surah Anfal ayat, Anam? No. Anfal? Surah 8 ayat 74. And the sustenance provided by your Lord is better and more abiding. Surah 20 ayat 131. Most surely this is our sustenance, it shall never deplete. Surah 38 ayat 54. Say the blessing from the presence of Allah is better than any amusement or bargain. Surah 62 ayat 11. Surely the things you worship besides Allah cannot sustain you. Surah 29 ayat 17. There is no creature moving on earth except that its sustenance depends on Allah. This is about the things which make you healthy, you eat. Surah 11 ayat 6 I said, right? No partner with His Lord providing sustenance. Surah 25 ayat 67. And they are the ones who, when spending, are neither extravagant nor parsimonious, but keep the just means between their extremes. Those who, when spending, are neither extravagant nor niggardly, but hold a just balance between these extremes. Surah 17, ayat 29. There is no creature moving on earth except that its sustenance depends on Allah. He knows the time and place of its definite abode and its temporary deposit. All is in a clear record. Surah 11, ayat 6. This is the sustenance meaning. Razaq. Okay? I keep forgetting pronunciation, everything mine, former. But I can't forget how we have been deceived here. So I'm coming back, helping myself, sharing with you and helping you, and not to kill me. There's no one here. It is Saturday night. Night fever. Staying alive. Right? Saturday night. Now what else you want? So sustenance, yeah, and good. Okay, children are your provided by Allah as sustenance. Because razaq. Wait a minute. Surya Nam verse Raz. Wait a minute. I have to get the Razaqahu, right? Razaq, provided for them. You forbid. They forbid what Allah has provided for them. So whatever children, this razaq, okay? Now don't take my mind to like that cult business, thinking cult way, right? Don't confuse me, because you know what, you Shias can confuse me also. Like these, we are told about the idol worshippers, confusing them about their religion. Same surah, ayat 137. So don't try to confuse me. Now we come from here that whatever, even children, they kill, but what Allah has provided for them, right? They forbid. Oh, look how I got confused and get scared and all this. Am I? So, you see, they forbid. Now you say they did a bad thing, killing, but look at this. They forbid. I tell you, Aisha and Hafsa, maybe those poor women may be under hostages. You can say under, as hostages, under hostage. Hijacked by Prophet Muhammad and his army. I tell you, so here we take it from here to, so remember, you cannot forbid what Allah has provided for you, right? Even, but how Allah make haram and halal? And then, what a, I don't know what line of thought, if this Shia line of thought I go, or is Muslim line of thought too. See how I got confused, that the shaitan coming, your shaitan, your imam coming, oh Prophet, why do you, or your Sayyid coming, Shia, Javart coming after me, I stole a bread, Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. And also we have Pakistani side of it. What you say? Pakistani movie 1977, Salahin, Muhammad Ali and Barbara Sharif. Two roles of Barbara Sharif. Ooh. Now you see what happened here. Oh Prophet, why do you prohibit what Allah has made lawful for you, seeking the approval of your wives? Allah has made the lawful of the good things Allah has provided for you. Surah Maida, 87. Wives very, very smart, I tell you. They catch him. They test him, he not come up to the test. He start to seek pleasing them. And then you are told, whether you are injured or what, you know, this Imam Ali was injured. Ali Imran verse come for him. One who's wounded still, listens to the call of the messenger and fights. Ali Imran, Surah Ali Imran verse, if I'm not mistaken. Oh Prophet, why do you prohibit? He's already now prohibited himself. Even now Allah, please listen, please see, please take heed. Don't call me like I'm Jew, Reina, look, this, that, here. What? Listen. Ansarna, Reina. Please pay attention. O Prophet, why do you prohibit what Allah has made lawful for you, seeking the approval of your wives? See? Allah has already ordained for you the dissolution of your oaths. You or Prophet or Muslims, all of you, through the Prophet. Okay, maybe even if they put Prophet here, what is the Shias will take it that you are saying Muslims. The dissolution of your oaths and Allah is your protector. Excuse me. This Prophet, if a Muslim did this, it was understandable. But Prophet is doing this. You know, you are supposed to seek the pleasure of Allah. Not against the pleasure of Allah and breaking oaths and then breaking oath and then what also? What have you done? You know what your Prophet has done here? He has made already unlawful. Like I was thinking, maybe he's thinking of, like, let's say if I didn't probably say it properly last some time ago. Maybe I was thinking like he's thinking of giving a divorce and Allah read his mind, you know, and say, why would you be prohibiting yourself like that, what Allah has made lawful for you? That you divorce Aisha and Hafsa, these wives. Oh, but then I missed that, seeking the pleasure of your wives. You see how stupid it make me? Because, you know, my mind somewhere brainwashed, somewhere even I can't just see properly. I can't understand. I cannot get this. What happening? And I read by what my Shias tell me. You know that biased reading. Because wives so bad, annoying. Seeking to please your wives? Seek to please Allah. Those who please Allah. I'm not just saying it's not right. It's definitely very good to please your wives. But not against Allah. Seeking those who, Those who have won the displeasure of Allah, what happened to them? Those who win the displeasure. So if you are seeking to please your wives at the displeasure of Allah, those who win the displeasure of Allah, at the cost of displeasing Allah, what happened? Let me see in Quran, Ayat. They wish to extinguish the light of Allah with their mouths, but Allah is to perfect His light, even though the disbelievers dislike it. So it is those who earned Allah's condemnation and displeasure, some being reduced to apes and pigs. Oh, this against the Jews, ayat come. Oh, you have believed, do not take the Jews and the Christians as allies. They are, how now, Muslim heart is shaking, trembling. You know why? They not like me to say this in public. They want you to read nice in the beginning, so you not get caught in the bad bed. And then come, Hussein is calling you. Look how rude she is against Hussein. She is crying. And Imam Zain al-Abidin here, we could not even reach him. Oh, you have believed. Come, we have the Psalm of David. We have the Saifai Sajjadiya. What did it mean? The Psalm of Imam Sadiq, fourth Imam Sajjad. Oh, you have believed. Do not take the Jews and the Christians as allies. They are allies of one another, and whoever is an ally to them among you, then indeed he is of them. Indeed, Allah guides not the wrongdoing people with the displeasure. So you see those in whose hearts is disease, i.e. hypocrisy, hastening into association with them. This hypocrisy, diseased heart, Surah Azab ayat 60, you remember? They're not fighting you. Also this includes hypocrisy. saying we are afraid the misfortune may strike us. But perhaps Allah will bring conquest or a decision from Him, and they will become over what they have been concealing within themselves regretful. And those who believe will say, are those the ones who swore by Allah their strongest oaths, that indeed they were with you, their deeds have become worthless and they have become losers. They have gained the displeasure of Allah. Where is that? Be stern. Blame, strive in the cause of Allah. Fear the blame of, do not be stern, strong against the disbelievers. You know, one hypocrite like this. I will look into, while those who believe will exclaim, are these the self-same people who solemnly swore by Allah that they were with you? All their acts have gone to waste and now they are losers. Those in whose hearts is a disease, thou seest how eagerly they run amongst them, saying, we do fear lest a change of fortune bring us disaster. Perhaps Allah will give victory or a decision according to His will. Then will they repent of thoughts secretly harbored in the hearts. These hypocrites, they are running away afraid. You are going to kill people who are afraid, running away, in whose hearts is a disease. Yeah, you kill them. Surah Azab, ayat 60 to 61. We come across another ayat now. Those in whose hearts is a disease. They are afraid. They're running like asses. Like a lion is running after asses. Haydar. Ali Haydar is running. And he amongst you that turns to them is of them. Here we are, another ayat. You love them, but they do not love you. You know what he has done to you, confused. What more, I see hypocrisy coming, terrible, killing. And what's at stake? It's not that he did not use violence against them. He also used it in Surah Azab, we are told, against these diseased hearts. So you see those in whose hearts is disease, i.e. hypocrisy, hastening into association with them, saying, we are afraid a misfortune may strike us, but perhaps Allah will bring conquest or a decision from Him. Conquest. And what Allah bring decision? And they will become over what they have been concealing within themselves regretful. Will they have time for it? To be regretful? Seize them wherever you find them. Kill them. Surah Zawayat. Where is it? I closed it. Oh my God. Another one who has disease in the heart. They are passive people. They not want to fight. Yeah. What have you done? What have you done? Here it is open. 60. I'm not following a tyrant. If the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease, and the agitated, also, and the agitators in the city, if the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease, and look how he put three all together, and who is he killing? Only the agitators in the city, and he's putting these hypocrites in do not desist. Some hypocrites even ask for forgiveness, like in Surah Fat, Baduans. All this is false. All this is false against them. False accusations. And do you know what will happen against them? We shall most certainly set you over them. Then they shall not be your neighbors in it, but for a little while. Cursed, wherever they are found, they shall be seized and murdered. A murdering. Horrible in bracket, I don't know if it's true, how precise, perfect it is. Such has been the course of Allah with respect to those who have gone before. And you shall not find any change in the course of Allah. Now, even more, surely Allah has cursed the unbelievers and has prepared for them a burning fire. Where are they going into the paradise, Salah ad-Din saying? Just because you kill them. To abide therein for a long time, they shall not find a protector or a helper. On the day when the faces shall be turned back into the fire, they shall say, "Oh, would that we had obeyed Allah and obeyed the Messenger." And they shall say, "Our Lord, surely we obeyed our leaders and our great men, so they led us astray from the path." Look how he's scaring them. And so, oh our Lord, give them a double punishment and curse them with a great curse. So he's telling you about hell. Oh, you have believed. Oh, you believe. Would you like to meditate, contemplate on hell? Find out? You don't want to find out. You'll be running away. We are believers. Why? We are safe from the fire of hell. Why? But they see it. No. Everyone, you will also pass over it. Or, yes. You will also see it. Right? But did you see it? There's none who shall not pass through it. Surah Maryam. None who shall not pass through it. So I'm telling you this mostly about believing and obeying Allah and the Messenger. Not because they were aggressive. There is not one of you but will pass over it. Hell meaning. This right, true, in bracket. This is with your Lord a decree which must be accomplished. So look, I'm not telling you, but at least the Ahl al-Bayt, even Prophet Muhammad should have shown you heaven and should have taken you along where he was going to meet Allah, or Jibreel he saw. He should have made you see it. Evidence. So then we can tell the Christians also that as the disciples, some disciples of Jesus, or all of them at that time, saw Jesus' resurrection, we could have a hadith here, we could have tafsir. But he's saying, do not dispute with him what he saw. Will you dispute with him what he saw? In his heart, fu'ad. That's another way, heart seeing, not qalb. Qalb is also the heart. Aqal is mind. Oh my God, Surah Najm ayats, you see, you can see fu'ad. He saw in his heart. He could not show it. And you who are believers, have you seen it? Have you even seen the light? I was asking a cousin, very Salihin Allah, dream about him. That the Bibi Fatima Zahra was saying, he's my Salihin. So I asked him, have you seen the light of Allah? He said, no, I haven't seen the light. And I asked him, how was it when you went to Hajj? He said, oh, it was, my thing was falling off and this and that happening. But he's very, very humble. In our childhood, we know to look our act, or like teenagers even, like he was older to me. It's not like, oh, he has a better car, so I want to have a better car and things like that. We never compare ourselves to others. Oh, yeah, what grade do you have? Let me see. It's not only because I was in Karachi American School, but we were like that. Even my mother, earlier on, very graceful. She not care about money, too much money and all this. So, no. He who, so pleasing to Allah, Marziya, shall I go to Razia to Marziya? But those who gain the pleasure of Allah, those who gain the displeasure, gain the pleasure. You see here the Prophet not against God. He cannot do it to please his wives. Surah Tahrim, pleasure of Allah. So it's been a tremendous, 1400 years. Last live stream somewhere I said 14,000. Sorry, I was wrong. 1400 years. I correct myself. And among men there is one who sells his very self to seek the pleasure of Allah. He sells his self. This Imam Ali, everyone will, all the Shias will get up if I have a majlis and say this. They say, Nara Haidari Ya Ali in Pakistan, Indo-Pak. Like that. They become very emotional. And of the people who is the one who sells his own self, seeking mardati, pleasure. Marziya. In Urdu you say marziya maybe. Surah Fajr ayat. Enter my heaven. Before that. So, and there are those who would dedicate their lives to Allah's pleasure. So you believers who are true, intention is good, but you have not been told who was on the right, or Allah will definitely, there's nothing to forgive. But you are good. You've never hurt someone. You're Shia, good Shia, even a good Sunni, moderate, never hurt anyone, or even very extreme in your case, like you are doing full parda with niqab. You never hurt anyone. This most strict religion. So to have that conditioning and those ulamas, your grand ayatollahs. You know who I'm up against exposing this? Grand ayatollahs could come here. And there are those who would dedicate their lives to Allah's pleasure, seeking pleasure of Allah. And your own Prophet is prohibiting himself what Allah has made lawful for him, seeking to please his wives. That is not right. Do you not understand? Surah Maida 87. It is a command to the believers to not make unlawful what Allah of the good things, not even obligatory, good things that Allah has made lawful for you. Please get it. Please get it. Then let me be, and you cry for Hussein, and don't tell me like M16 some time ago came and said, why would you be rude against Imam Hussein? Just ask me like this, very good, very sensible brother. Right? Why would I be rude? Why would Yazid be so terrible, so terrible? And me, former Shia. So I'm telling you why Yazid was like that. And you would tell me you have no feelings for baby Zainab? Of course I had feelings. But now I have much feeling for Safiya bint Huway, Juwayriya bint Harith, Rehana, Zainab bint Josh, forced to marry Zaid. And God knows how many who were expelled from Yathrib. How many women, how many mothers, how many sisters, how many daughters, how many infants they had to carry, these women, and leave their land, Yathrib. See? Excuse me, I have to go now. Sorry, I'll complete it later. Thank you so much.